Royal Caribbean's Navigator of the Seas is arguably one of the best Voyager-class cruise ships in Royal Caribbean's fleet because of the amazing features that were added during her amplification recently. And on top of that, Navigator of the Seas is sailing out of the port of Los Angeles to the Mexican Riviera, offering some amazing cruises to places that Royal Caribbean has not been in over 10 years. So I've got a full ship tour of Navigator of the Seas, so that way you know what to expect up next. Hey everyone, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. We're starting off on the pool deck, Deck 11 and Deck 12, of course, taking a look at the fabulous pool deck on Navigator of the Seas. So one of the major changes Royal Caribbean made to Navigator is to add this Caribbean-style pool deck with the lime and coconut. Now, we've seen this actually on some newer ships and some other amplifications like Oasis of the Seas and Odyssey of the Seas, but Navigator was the first to get it, and it was really impressive when it came out, and it still looks really, really nice. So the pool deck is really a hub of activity throughout the day, right? I mean, you're on a cruise, you're going to spend time at the pool, and there's a lot of great things to do, starting off with the main pool here, which is available for all guests. There's also some hot tubs to enjoy, and it's a great, relaxing area. Oftentimes, people are just looking for little nooks and crannies to relax in. I love the day beds they've added on Navigator this season. Of course, there is a giant movie screen where you can watch movies at night. They also have some of those funny Chive TV fail videos there as well. But really, this is the pool deck, lots of chairs to be had, and there's also a little splash area for the kids to enjoy, whether you've got bigger kids, smaller kids. This is a great area. There's also the baby splash zone, so that way if you have kids who have diapers, this is where they're going to start off at. This is only available for kids in diapers. You're also going to find seating around the pool area, so that way if you want to be in the shade, you have some options there as well. I like the comfy chairs. Also, you'll have the dive center if you're going to be picking up some equipment or you have a lesson later on. And of course, the towel station, which is where you can pick up, well, your towels to be able to use at the pool or on shore excursions, by the way. There's also swim vests available for kids who are not so strong with swimming. So those are all available. And by the way, those are complimentary, those swim vests. Take advantage of them. Next door, you've also got El Loco Fresh. So this is actually on the pool deck. And this is a big deal because Royal Caribbean traditionally didn't have pool food near the pool area. You have to go inside, but this is right at the pool, and this is where you can pick up quesadillas, burritos, nachos, and top them off as you see fit. This is what I love about it. So you take great food, which is generally, Mexican food, right? Tacos and quesadillas, and then you can customize it the way you want with the awesome toppings bar. So you can add salsa, guacamole, onions, tomatoes, hot sauces, and more. It's all available to customize just the way you like it. And I think that's really the strength of El Loco Fresh, because you can customize it exactly the way you want it. And for me, there is no such thing as too much pico de gallo. Just keep slopping that on as much as possible. And El Loco Fresh is complimentary, no additional cost to enjoy it here. Now, of course, if you're looking for something a little bit different, well, right across the way, you've got Johnny Rockets. Johnny Rockets is a little different on Navigator. It's not the sit-down venue where you're served. Instead, it's the express version where you only order what you want and you only pay for what you want. So instead of paying a cover charge like on other Royal Caribbean ships, Johnny Rockets Express allows you to order only certain items and then pay for those items. So you want fries, you're good to go. Let's move over to the Solarium, which is the adults-only area. And Solarium on Navigator this season is really nice. Again, part of that amplification recently is they upgraded the seating here, the look of it. It's really a great refuge for adults who want to have a little quieter time. You're not going to find all the loud music you will at the pool deck, and certainly none of the children either. This is reserved just for you. And there's also the Solarium Bar, of course, which is located in the Solarium, and that way you don't have to go very far to get your drinks. And these day beds and casitas you see here, those are available on a first-come, first-served basis, and yeah, you're going to want to get there early in the morning if you really want to get one for you. All right, let's head out of the Solarium and actually want a neat little area you can go to check out the views outside the ship. Of course, when we talk about the pool deck, there's more than just the pool area. There's lots of viewing spaces. This little secret area, if you will, right off the Solarium. You can see what's going on around you. It's not quite a bridge wing like you have on other Royal Caribbean cruise ships, but it's a view nonetheless. Now we're going to head back on the pool deck and check out the lime and coconut. And, oh, wait a minute, ice cream. We need to do ice cream first. Yes, I agree. Love the soft serve ice cream. That way, you make sure you don't miss that out. But seriously, back to the lime and coconut now. This is a multi-level pool deck area, pool bar area on the pool deck. And what's really cool about this spot is that the vibe is definitely meant to evoke like you're in downtown Miami and you're having a great time at this bar, and it's on multiple decks. So maybe you want to have the roof party. Well, you go up a deck or two and enjoy that. Maybe you just want to grab a drink. Well, that's what the bottom floor is for. Nonetheless, it's really interesting because I love the seating. Great drinks here, by the way. The Goombay Smash is really good. You got to try that as well. And it's a great place to kind of hang out. Royal Caribbean wanted this area to be more than just another bar. They wanted this to be a destination. But hey, let's go meet at the Lime and Coconut because it's kind of a neat place to go to. And if the weather cooperates, man, it's really nice being out there, feeling that ocean breeze, seeing what's going on the pool deck, and of course, grabbing a great drink. Your drink packages do work at the Lime and Coconut Bar, and that means you can enjoy some wonderful cocktails while you're there. And if all else fails, ask the bartenders for a suggestion for something different, whether it's a Lava Flow, Miami Vice, Love Connection, all great drinks to try out while you're on board. And this is all true of other bars as well, not just the Lime and Coconut. But I really love what they've done with the pool deck on Navigator of the Seas because there's a lot of cool areas on board. And as we go up to, well, I guess this is deck 13. This is the very top of the Lime and Coconut. And this is really a great change to this area. This used to be really just like nothing. People would just go up here and be like, where am I? Oh, okay, I'm going to go back downstairs. This is essentially the upper roof deck of the Lime and Coconut. And this gives you just an area to kind of hang out and chill out. If you're looking for a really quiet area where there's not a lot of other guests, I think the top deck, the deck 13 of the Lime and Coconut, is the place for you. And it's got fantastic views. Bring your camera because you're going to get great views all around you and of the ship and the pool deck and everything else really you can view. There's just no obstructions around you, which is really nice, especially for sailways, for sunsets, or really anytime you want to go down there. All right, let's head back down to deck 12 and walk forward because I see ahead of us some really fun stuff to check out. But before we get there, we're going to check out the jogging track. And the jogging track is, well, where you can go jogging on board Navigator of the Seas. It's a little bit of a tight fit, but there's enough room to do your walking, jogging, or even running if you'd like to while all around. And it doesn't go all the way around the pool deck, so that way you can make full laps and then, start counting how many laps you're doing in order to figure out how many miles you're going on. Something else I love about Deck 12 is these hot tubs they've added up here, which are really cool because you got great views in the hot tub. Usually the hot tubs are down on Deck 11, but they added new hot tubs on Deck 12 for fantastic views while you're up there. So maybe a place to go after your jog and run. And there are these casitas, which on some ships Royal Caribbean is charging for, so they may have an extra charge for those casitas up here on Deck 12. You have to check your cruise planner if that is the case. If not, you got plenty of other choices for seating, day beds, the lounge chairs, plenty of others. And actually Deck 12 is a great spot if you can't find a chair to go try to find one because there's usually chairs up here, especially if you move a little bit away from the pool deck. All right, I saw the Navigator Dunes, and we're going to hit them up here. This is the mini golf course on Navigator of the Seas. Whether you got kids, whether you just want to challenge yourself, bring a drink. It's a great spot to go have a little bit of fun. And to get there, you're going to go up on Deck 13 and walk all the way forward to go check out the mini golf course up here. And there's actually a lot of seating here. This is also another area a lot of people don't know about, that there are seats available. And if you're just looking to chill out, listen to an audiobook or read or just, talk to your friends, this is a great place for it. By the way, this Stargate looking thing, that'll cool you down. It's a Mister area. So here is the Navigator Dunes mini golf course, where again, it's complimentary and you can try your best to see how you can do with your scores. Complimentary golf clubs and balls provided, even a scorecard if you want to do so. It's a lot of fun. It's a great sea day activity. My kids love playing mini golf. They cheat their hearts out, but they love it. I actually prefer these seats right there you see on the right-hand side, so that way I can sit in the shade while they play, and, they have their good time, and I can observe, if you will. All right, we're going to head out of the Navigator Dunes, back down to Deck 12. And we're going to check out some of the areas also on the back of the ship here, because, of course, Deck 12, there's still many more things to do on the pool deck. Royal Caribbean really adds a lot for their guests to enjoy while you're on the upper decks. Royal Caribbean obviously made a name for itself with all the activities you can do on board, and they did not spare expenses when it comes to the sports court area, as we're about to see here on the back part of Deck 13, because there's a lot of cool things. All right, we've got basketball court. We've got some of the most impressive water slides as well. And the basketball court is where you're going to be able to play, well, basketball, of course. They also play pickleball, and they'll play dodgeball, soccer. It's a multi-use area and outdoors, and it's available for you to use with no additional cost. There are also ping pong tables you can play on, and in fact, there can also be tournaments for ping pong if you're interested in that. But I think a lot of people notice these massive water slides on Navigator of the Seas. Navigator of the Seas is the only Royal Caribbean cruise ship with these two types of water slides, which we'll get to in a minute, because first we're going to talk about the rock climbing wall. Yes, that's called the Tease. Of course, it's a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. You've got the rock climbing wall, which is complimentary to enjoy while on board. But the water slides are truly impressive. So you've got two water slides on Navigator of the Seas, the Blaster and Riptide water slides, and these are very popular because they're very different. You don't find them on any other Royal Caribbean ship. These particular types of Perfect Storm water slides offer, first of all, the first aqua coaster, which is the Blaster slide, and it's also the longest water slide at sea. So to get to the water slides, you just simply need to walk to the back of the ship and access them, along with, of course, all the other activities you can do on the sports deck area. The entrance to the water slides is located right near the Flowrider Surf Simulator, which we'll talk about in just a second. But here is the entrance to the Perfect Storm water slides to get you up there. There is a minimum height requirement, so make sure your kids are tall enough or you're tall enough in order to ride it. And a Flowrider is available on the Navigator of the Seas. The Flowrider is the surf simulator. It is complimentary to use as well, and it's your chance to try your hand at surfing, if you will. You can also do bodyboarding if that's a little more your style, because, of course, stand-up surfing is pretty darn difficult to do. So you can start off with boogie boarding and then move your way up to the stand-up surfing if you want to try it out. It's kind of a fun thing to give a try, I suppose. And of course, you've also got the living room, which is the teen area down below Deck 12 aft. It's right below the sports court, and this is an area for teens to hang out during the cruise. The teenagers actually have two areas. This is their outdoor area, and this is meant to be like a kind of, well, hangout spot for them, so that way they can socialize. And I love the decor they've got here. I'm a little jealous, to be perfectly honest with you, because I think it's a really nice look to it, and it's just a spot for teenagers to enjoy during their cruise. There's also some really great seating on the back of the ship if that's something of interest to you. You know, a lot of people just say, I want somewhere quiet where I can read my book or kind of relax a little bit away from everybody. There's a lot of seating back here. A lot of people are completely unaware. And of course, you've got amazing views of the aft area, of the wake behind you. I love this. It can be very relaxing while you're on board. Now, as I mentioned, we talked about the rock climbing wall, which, by the way, offers you some great views of the water slides that go all the way around you. But a Royal Caribbean ship is not complete without a rock climbing wall, complimentary to try out. Different tracks for different styles and challenges. If you're looking for an easier track or a harder track, staff can help you with that. Now, what you're looking at here looks super weird. You got to remember when the ship was built, but this is actually the Suite Lounge area. This is the outdoor part of the Suite Lounge. There's an indoor and an outdoor part of the Suite Lounge, and this area is available for just guests who are staying in a grand suite or above. If you're in a junior suite, this area is not available to you, but this is a spot where you can go and kind of have your own little area reserved just for suite guests. In the evening, there's hors d'oeuvres and drinks available as well. But in addition to all of that, you've got, of course, an area during the daytime where you can go in and enjoy coffees and or snacks in the morning. It's kind of just, again, a reserved area just for suite guests. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the suite concierge themselves. This is the person who's going to help you out during your cruise with any particular issues you have. Think of the concierge as kind of like your own guest services available to you to try to help out any issues you may run into. There's also a self-service coffee machine over here, which has espressos and macchiatos, which is complimentary and really important if you don't have a drink package. The entrance to the Suite Lounge, by the way, is located up on Deck 14, right next to the Cosmopolitan Club. And the Cosmopolitan Club is in the Viking Crown Lounge. This is available to all guests, and this is a great area with fantastic views. Oftentimes you'll have entertainment up here, like trivia or even dancing, especially late at night. It tends to be the club area, if you will. But during the daytime, you can come up to the Viking Crown Lounge at the Cosmopolitan Club and enjoy really nice views of everything around you. It's just a really relaxing spot, quieter bar area, and occasional activities to be enjoyed here as well. And I think it's a really great idea to actually come up here at night to enjoy some of the views, because there's some really great spots there and the whole ship looks beautiful. All right, next up is Izumi, right next door on the Viking Crown Lounge. And this Izumi Japanese cuisine restaurant is a great spot. In fact, a little bit of trivia for you. The chef who invented Izumi for Royal Caribbean, Chef Travis Kamiyama, actually says the sushi location, the Izumi location here on Navigator of the Seas, is his favorite. It's a beautiful spot. You can enjoy all the sushi rolls you can think of. In addition, they also have a hot rock option available in this location on Navigator of the Seas, which is a hot slab of stone in which you can cook food right in front of you. It's really good if you're not a fan of sushi. All right, we've also got the escape room up here. The entrance is on Deck 14, but it's actually located on Deck 15. And the escape room is a challenge. It's a lot of fun. There is additional cost to it. And it allows you basically to try to solve a series of clues and puzzles that unlock a greater puzzle that essentially unlocks the room. You have about an hour to figure it all out, and you've got to work with other guests to essentially go through all the different puzzles and clues that are located around the ship to try to figure out what's available to do on there. And it's kind of this basic global challenge. If you've ever done an escape room on land, it's very similar, but what I love about the escape room on Navigator of the Seas is that it's a very different kind of experience and a really good challenge as well. All right, we're going to head forward now, back down out of deck 14, and we're going to head to the Vitality Spa on deck 12. If you're looking for relaxation, if you're looking to splurge, treat yourself, well, then the Vitality Spa is where you want to go. The Vitality Spa is a combination of salon and spa. So first up, we're going to check out the salon area. If you want to get your hair done, blown out, you want to get your nails done, shave, this is all available for you in the Vitality Salon. And the spa is really, I think, what most people go here for. This is for their massages, treatments, and they have a variety of them to enjoy here on the Navigator of the Seas. And my wife actually loves going to the spa. It's a great way to kind of relax and take a load off and just treat yourself because you're on vacation, and sometimes getting a Swedish massage, a hot rocks massage, bamboo massage, or, acupuncture, those are all available for you as well. There's also the couples rooms, if that's of interest to you. If you want to do a treatment with your spouse or partner, this is available to try out. And they're not the cheapest things in the world, but they're a great way to you want to make sure you're having a fun time on vacation. That's right. And so treating yourself at the Vitality Spa is a good idea. By the way, there are complimentary tours available at the Vitality Spa when you get on board the ship. Just simply ask for it. It's pretty low sales pressure. They're just going to simply show you around, and it's kind of neat. Of course, you've also got the fitness center, which is part of the Vitality Spa, and the fitness center is complimentary, and you can enjoy all the different free weights and machines. And basically, if you want to get your workout done, this is where you're probably going to go. And it's pretty impressive in general on all Royal Caribbean ships how much there is to do in the fitness center in terms of the machines and different weights available. It's not just like a couple of machines in the corner. They've got a number of different weight machines, treadmills, ellipticals, other things that I've never tried but seen myself. Stairmasters, is that still a thing? I think so. Anyway, there's a lot of them, and they are complimentary to take advantage of during your cruise. So that way you don't have to worry about missing out on workout. You've got them available. And the really neat thing, by the way, is that a lot of the machines face the ocean in front of you, so you kind of get a great view along with your workout. There are also fitness classes. Most of the fitness classes do have an additional cost to them, but if that's of interest to you, like spin or Pilates, you can reserve that while at the fitness center on board the ship. All right, let's check out Adventure Ocean, which is the kids programming area. Adventure Ocean is complimentary for most hours of the day. After 10 p.m., there's additional cost, but there's complimentary. The Royal Babies and Tots does have additional cost. This is for kids who are 6 to 36 months old, and it's a nursery for kids to enjoy. I love the nursery when my kids were of that age, and it's a feature available to you if you'd like to go there. It does have an additional cost to it, unlike Adventure Ocean for once they get to the 3-year-olds and above, but to me, as a parent, having a little break is worthwhile, and they can feed the kids in the nursery. They can put them down for a nap and call you if there's any issues. It's really, really great. So Adventure Ocean itself has been kind of reworked on Navigator of the Seas. This is a new feature, a new upgraded view of the Adventure Ocean program if you've been on other Royal Caribbean ships, but the same basic premise applies. They divvy up the kids based on their age range, and there's a lot for them to do. Yes, that is a rock climbing wall inside Adventure Ocean, which is a really cool idea. But they've got a lot of different things for kids to be able to do on there. There's programming for them, so that way it's supervised and also curated as to what they can do while on board. So they've got different activities they can do. There are video games, there's arts and crafts, there's puzzles they can play. There are games like Gaga Ball and other games that kick around a ball and hit each other with the ball, I suppose. My kids love going to Adventure Ocean because there's just different things for them to do. And of course, the socialization factor, right? They can hang out with their friends. All right, and we've also got the Challengers Arcade, which is, of course, the arcade area. My kids know of it. They're like, can we go back to the arcade? I'm like, you go there once or twice, but, this is obviously an additional cost to enjoy the arcade. Different video games you can play, and depending on the game, there are different costs associated with how much each particular play will cost you. All right. All this walking, I'm kind of hungry, so let's head down to the Windjammer Cafe, deck on deck 11. The Windjammer is your buffet on board the ship. Before you get in, you're going to have to wash your hands. There's washing stations there. Washy, washy, wakey, wakey, coffee, coffee. This is where you go, wash your hands, and then once you're in, you can enjoy all the unlimited food you'd like in the Windjammer. There are different stations available, and the Windjammer is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it allows you to enjoy a variety of different cuisines and foods throughout the day. There are some times where it is closed while they change from one meal to another, but there's usually plenty of opportunity to enjoy lots of great food, no matter which meal it is. This is really one of the most popular places to get food while on Navigator of the Seas because there's just a lot of variety. Variety is the spice of life, as they say. And I love that sometimes you feel like a burger, sometimes you feel like Indian curry, sometimes you feel like a burger with Indian curry on top of it. Yes, you can create whatever you'd like there. And there's usually a pretty good selection with some featured options that change throughout the day. So no matter what's of interest to you, you can usually find something over here. This is really good for picky eaters. And the seating in the back is really beautiful because you have nice views behind you. So whether you're at sea or in port, this is a great spot for you. And it's very popular for breakfast on pretty much every day, lunch on sea days, and then for dinner time, it can get a little busy in here. But the key is really there's a lot of great variety of foods to choose from. So no matter what you're in the mood for, you're probably going to find something to enjoy while at the Windjammer. Located right next to the Windjammer is Chops Grille. This is the signature steakhouse for Royal Caribbean. You've got filet mignon, New York steak, you've got lobster. I mean, really, whatever you're in the mood for in terms of the classic steakhouse experience, this is the place for you. A lot of people really love going to Chops Grille for their date nights, big nights out, because it's just got that little bit of an elegant motif to it. And it's just a great place for that cut of steak that you enjoy. There's a reason why Chops Grille is on every single Royal Caribbean cruise ship, and that is just simply because it's just so good, and people really love the menu there, because after all, it's really hard to go wrong with a good cut of steak and the very size. Oh my, I love the mushrooms, the mashed potatoes. So good. Right across from Chops Grille is one of my other favorite restaurants, which is Jamie's Italian. And this is, of course, an Italian restaurant that you can enjoy. It's a specialty restaurant with an extra cost on board to dine here. Jamie's Italian is a new take on Italian food, inspired by the cuisine of Jamie Oliver, who's the famous British chef. And essentially, you're going to find food here that builds on what we consider to be, the checkerboard traditional Italian food, and then offers a lot more in addition to that. You're going to find a lot of different dishes to try. Some are more on the traditional side, some are more adventurous, but I really love what they've done here. And also, the fresh pastas are not to be missed because they make it all every day. So no matter what you're ordering, just get a side of pasta as well, because there's a lot of great food here at Jamie's Italian. All right, let's head in the elevators. We're going to go check out. The staterooms are available through most of the ship, with decks 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, along with some others as well. But basically, the middle of the ship is where you're going to find your staterooms more than likely, especially if you have a balcony room. You're going to find a lot of different spaces around here, suites, balcony rooms, interior rooms. And depending on which room type you have, obviously, you're going to have different spaces on here. This is a look at actually a Royal Promenade room, which is a inside room that faces down to the Royal Promenade, which is really good for people watching. There are all sorts of room types that are out there and various sizes. So really, when you're looking to book a room on Navigator of the Seas, my advice is get the best room you can afford, but be okay if it's not the biggest, grandest room of them all. You're still gonna have a great time. And if you get a smaller room, just remind yourself that, hey, really, how much time are you really gonna be spending in your room? You're gonna be out and about doing all the fun things on board the ship. So the room is really just a place to go and sleep and shower and get ready for the day. And of course, if you do go for a suite, more power to you. You'll probably take advantage of all that extra space and the amenities that come with it, because, hey, it's fun to be in a suite if you can afford it. But really, when I look at booking rooms, I just look at budget and what fits well in there. All right, we're here on the models of the ship, Deck 9, midship. Something cool that Royal Caribbean did for a little while was they would have models of different Royal Caribbean ships you could see, kind of a little overlooked area. And these are detailed scale models of Royal Caribbean cruise ships you can check out, which is also next to the library card room on Deck 7, midship. So the card room and the library are basically an area you can go to quietly do things like play card games, read a book. There are books you can borrow as well, but it's not a huge library by any means, but it is still a vestige of the old cruise industry in which libraries were a big part of it. So a lot of people come here, I think, mostly to kind of chit-chat a little bit, read a book, play a game or two, Sudoku or a board game, and kind of catch up. Right below, we've got Next Cruise on Deck 6, midship, and this is where you're going to book your next Royal Caribbean cruise. Matt, should I book a cruise while on board my cruise? And the answer is yes. If you're sitting on the ship and you think to yourself, I'd love to book another cruise, then head down to Next Cruise to book one. If you're sitting at home and watching this video, I would recommend you book your cruise now and lock in the price. But Next Cruise is fantastic. It gives you basically free onboard credit for booking a cruise on board. The reason why you don't want to wait to book is because by the time you wait, the price could have gone up, thus negating any of the onboard credit you may get for booking on board. But the next cruise officers will have no problem in booking you another cruise, and it's, like I said earlier, it is free money for booking on board, so take advantage of it. All right, let's go down to the Royal Promenade, and of course, we've also got the main dining room attached to it. The main dining room is on decks 3, 4, and 5, and the Voyager class main dining rooms are absolutely stunning and beautiful. I love the scale, the opulence of them. They are really large, and I just like the fact that they're multi-deck. Depending on which deck you're on, you may have traditional dining, or you may have My Time dining. And in either case, no matter which one you book, there's not a better or worse option. It's really a matter of your personal preference. Traditional means you go to the same table and have the same wait staff and the same table mates every day of the cruise, whereas My Time dining allows you to pick and choose times depending on when you want to make a reservation or simply show up. I prefer traditional dining, I'll be perfectly honest with you, but there's really no right or wrong answer. It's a matter of your particular style, your itinerary, and maybe who you're dining with. Main dining room is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's open for lunch on sea days only, but breakfast and dinner are available every day of the cruise. And I like the main dining room for the fact that you get that personalized attention. It takes a little bit longer than certainly the Windjammer, but it gives you that kind of like relaxing classic cruise experience. All right, here's the Royal Promenade, which is the main thoroughfare on Navigator of the Seas. Lots to see and do in the Royal Promenade, different shops, bars, and restaurants to check out. So we're gonna take a look at all of them, and I love this area in the center with the absolutely beautiful artwork right by guest services. Guest services is where you're gonna go if you have any issues on board, any questions on board. They can help you with any of those sort of issues. So changing billing issues, reservations, they can help you with all of that at guest services. Right next door to guest services is also the shore excursion desk if you're looking to book a shore excursion, or more likely you have a question about it. If you're going to book a shore excursion, you're probably better off booking through the app. You also have the R Bar on Navigator of the Seas, and the R Bar is a kind of a martini style bar, but an updated drink motif. It's more of a generic bar where you can go in here and try out different cocktails, and it's located right on the Royal Promenade, which makes it great for people watching, and it's been one of my favorite bars to go to for many, many years now. Walking down the Royal Promenade, we're going to be checking out some other really fun areas of the ship. There's a lot to do on the Royal Promenade, so it's great for just walking back and forth. Of course, they have the Regalia jewelry store if you're looking to pick something up for a loved one or yourself for that matter, right? You got different types of jewelry, earrings, rings, necklaces, all sorts of stuff to check out. There's also the port merchant shop where you can pick up liquor, tobacco, and some other souvenirs to bring home. Usually these are duty-free options, so that's really the benefit for booking on board the ship. You save a little bit of money compared to maybe purchasing back at home. Right across is the Bamboo Room, and I love the Bamboo Room on Navigator of the Seas. This is the tiki chic style bar, and unlike Mariner of the Seas, it's a much larger and more ornate Bamboo Room. I think this is really the best iteration they have here on Navigator, and I just love it because there's a lot of cool cocktails. If you're looking for something different than just the usual drinks you'll find on Royal Caribbean, well, this is the place to go. They have their own special menu of cocktails you can sample, including a couple of bites to eat as well. It's a really fun place. I mean, you go here, as soon as you walk in, you notice this is very different than any other bar on board this ship, and it's a really fun spot to go to. I love going to the Bamboo Room in the evening after dinner to kind of have a nightcap, if you will, and I love the bar staff on here. They always have a nice opportunity to chat with them, and great drinks, different drinks. It's a fun place, good vibe, and I love the menu here. All right, right across from Bamboo Room is the Collection, and this is another gift shop that you can go to pick up various items. This is also where you'll find all the Royal Caribbean branded items. If you're looking for a Navigator of the Seas coffee mug or sweater or a Royal Caribbean t-shirt, this is where you're going to go. There's also other items like perfumes and other cosmetics you can pick up, but I think most people come here to pick up all the Royal Caribbean branded stuff to bring back and remind you of the awesome cruise. This is also where you get your ship model and Royal Caribbean teddy bears, and really it's anything with the Royal Caribbean logo on it is you're going to find it right here in the collection shop. Now, if you're ever looking for me on Navigator of the Seas, after about 9 or 10 o'clock, you'll probably find me at the Copper and Clover. This is the English-style pub on Navigator. I am a sucker for great guitar music. Songs that I love listening to, this is definitely the place for it. The English pub on Navigator of the Seas offers live music in the evenings. During the daytime, it's just a place you can go to get great drinks and various cocktails as well. But really, if you're a beer lover, this is one of the best spots. I think actually the best spot's coming up next. But the pub is a great spot to kind of just kick back, listen to music of the words you know to, sing along. It's a great bar scene, and I absolutely love hanging out in the pub. Something else that's unique to Navigator of the Seas is to dry for, which is the blow dry bar available on Navigator. It's actually the only Royal Caribbean ship with a blow dry bar. And yeah, I had no idea what a blow dry bar was as well until they added one to Royal Caribbean, and then my wife explained to me what it is. Essentially, you go here to get your hair blown dried, basically, which is a thing. So you take your shower upstairs, come back down here, and then you have your hair blow dried, and it's a service for you. It's just saves you time, and you know, it's all about treating yourself at the end of the day. And this is a place you can check out on Navigator. You're also going to find on the Royal Promenade some of the many Coca-Cola freestyle machines. These are available in other locations on the ship as well, but the freestyle machines allow you to use your Coca-Cola cup and get all sorts of different combinations of drinks, and those are located right next to Cafe Promenade, which is where you're going to get your coffees, your pizzas, your snacks. It is a clearinghouse for all that. Even Ben & Jerry's ice cream is available. Ben & Jerry's costs extra. The coffees here cost extra unless you have a drink package, then they're included. And the food and pizza you're going to find at Cafe Promenade are included with your cruise fare. The nice thing about Ben & Jerry's is you get a little more variety of flavors. There is free ice cream available elsewhere on the ship, but Ben & Jerry's is traditional hard ice cream as opposed to the soft serve elsewhere, and you get just more variety of flavors. But of course, I usually go to Cafe Promenade for something you're seeing in one of these cases right in front of you, whether it's a sandwich or a slice of pizza. I love going here for that stuff because I think it's just, you know, there's never enough of that, especially late at night. But in the morning, it's great to grab something quick and eat that on your way out of the ship for lunch, mid-afternoon snack, 11:30. I just ate 10 minutes ago. Whatever the snack reason may be, it's always a good opportunity to check out the slices of pizza and sandwiches available at Cafe Promenade. There's also complimentary coffee available as well at Cafe Promenade, and it's available in a grab-and-go scenario. So a lot of people go here to get your morning coffee. Cafe Promenade is one of your best choices. Something else about Cafe Promenade, if you look past the coffee machines, are these wonderful seating in the back. Most people don't even know they're here. It's like hidden nooks. If you're looking to eat something a little quieter or have a little conversation without a lot of other people hearing you, this is definitely the place to go. All right, one of my favorite spots now, Playmakers on the Royal Promenade. I love Playmakers. It's got a great menu of food. Playmakers does cost extra. It's not included in your cruise fare. But whether you're talking about the beers that are available here, the appetizers, the burgers, the wings, I love what's available on the menu here. And just like the Bamboo Room earlier, what they've done with the Playmakers on Navigator of the Seas compared to Mariner of the Seas or Independence of the Seas is truly impressive in terms of the amount of space they've offered here. I love the venue of the way they've kind of expanded it. There's a lot to do, lots of different televisions all around the bar, so you can catch whatever game happens to be on board. That, of course, Royal Caribbean carries. Royal Caribbean doesn't carry every single game out there. They have different rules and contracts they have with the satellite providers that are out there, but you're going to find most of the major sports. If you're on a Sunday night during football season, or you're there on, you know, Thursday afternoon for baseball season, you're going to find most games available. In addition, yes, to like cricket and soccer and some other weird sports that you don't usually get in the United States. But all that being said, you'll have an opportunity to watch different games available during your cruise. But I think really the value or the best part about Playmakers is that menu. You've got beers that are not available elsewhere on the ship. and it's definitely a must-visit spot. We're up to the Centrum here on the other area of the Royal Promenade, and great elevators over here. My kids love going in those elevators to be able to watch everything go by as they go up or down them. And here we have the Star Lounge. Star Lounge is a multi-purpose venue at the front of the ship on the end of the Royal Promenade. The Star Lounge is where you'll go to maybe do bingo or karaoke or see a live musical performance and really everything else in between. But before you actually get into the Star Lounge, we have the Diamond Lounge. It's located Deck 5, midship. Kind of an interesting location. Usually on the Voyager class ships, you'll find the Diamond Lounge up in the Viking Crown Lounge, but here on Navigator, it's located right by the Star Lounge. And just like other Diamond Lounge areas, you've got your hors d'oeuvres in the evening. You're going to have the coffee machine, which you can use. The Diamond Ambassador is here, and that's kind of like, again, your own little guest services. If you have any issues, they can help solve those problems for you. But the Star Lounge is really where you're going to go to find different activities throughout the day. Usually during the daytime, they'll have things like trivia or music or bingo in here. And then at night, it transitions to live music, whether it is karaoke, whether it is the silent disco, or whether it is a live band. There's usually something happening here in the evening, and they clear out some of the chairs for dancing, as well as being able to sit here. The Star Lounge is a multi-purpose area, and you're going to find a lot of fun things to do here throughout the day. If you want to walk down the steps from Deck 5 to Deck 4, you'll find the Schooner Bar and Hooked. But first, we're going to go down one more flight of stairs to the Royal Theater. Royal Theater, of course, is where you're going to be going to see all the production shows on board the Navigator of the Seas. There are set production shows. There's comedians usually, a headliner. This is where you find all that stuff here on the Navigator. There's plenty of bar service, of course, in the Royal Theater as well, so they can bring drinks to your seat for you. And the Royal Theater is where usually you're going to find entertainment in the evening. Occasionally during sea days, you might find a show or two in the afternoon, but Navigator of the Seas has some great shows on board. You know, may not have full Broadway shows, some of the newest entertainment you're going to find on other ships, but there's some really good shows on board the Navigator, so don't miss them because they've actually recently updated them, which makes it really, really fun. And down on Deck 2, we have the Conference Center as well. Conference Center is where you're going to go to, well, probably if you have a conference. If you're part of a group, you'll go down to the Conference Center. Otherwise, there's really no reason I would ever imagine you to go down there. Let's head back up to Deck 4 and check out Hooked Seafood, a specialty restaurant available on Navigator of the Seas. Hooked Seafood is, well, a seafood restaurant. We're going to find a variety of different options here. Lobster, New England clam chowder, fish. There is actually some chicken on the menu as well if you don't actually eat seafood. But truly, the strength here is the seafood options. I think the messy fish sandwich is a must order. When you order it, they actually put a bib on you because, well, as the name implies, it's quite messy. So you eat that, it's really, really good. But for folks that love good seafood, traditional seafood, this is the place for you. Crabs, lobsters, fish of all kinds. It's definitely the place to go. Also, look for a happy hour menu. Sometimes they have different drink specials, which is really good if you don't have a drink package. And of course, in addition to the food, they have a really fun motif here at Hooked on Navigator of the Seas. That kind of, it's that nautical theme without being overly nautical. All right, speaking of overly nautical, let's go next over to the Schooner Bar. And the Schooner Bar, a staple of any Royal Caribbean cruise ship. This is the place where usually you're going to find trivia in the daytime, and then at nighttime, it transforms into a piano bar where you have songs you can sing along to. It's going to be Elton John. It's going to be Billy Joel. It's probably going to be Sweet Caroline played here. You never know what you're going to find, but there's usually lots of music well into the evening hours to enjoy. And I really love the fact that the Schooner Bar has that classic nautical theme to it. It's a very fun bar to hang out in, and it leads you right into Casino Royale. Casino Royale is where you're going to go to, well, gamble on board your ship. It's a pretty large space, and you know in Casino Royale there's always something going on for something fun, whether it's the evening, late hours, or even in the afternoon. On the other side of the casino is Boleros. Boleros is the Latin-themed bar where you're going to find, well, Latin-themed entertainment available on board. During the daytime, it's just an open bar, which is kind of nice to go to, but in the evening, they've got different bands that will play live music for you to dance along to, whether it's salsa, merengue, or anything else in between. You've got some good choices for live music here. It's usually very hopping. In fact, you'll be walking on the Royal Promenade and hear a lot of people singing along, dancing along to some great music down in Boleros. Across from Boleros, you're also going to find Starbucks. Starbucks is located on board Navigator of the Seas. It is a full Starbucks location, which means that it costs extra. It's not included with any drink package. If you have a Starbucks app, you can use the app to pay for your drinks. You can earn rewards for your drinks. You just can't redeem your Starbucks rewards for any drinks here, but you've got your usual Starbucks drinks here, cafe macchiato. You've got the frappuccinos and everything else in between. Now on deck 4, you're also going to find the Promenade Deck. This is the outdoor deck that wraps all the way around the ship. A lot of people use it just simply walk around. It's not their jogging deck. We saw that earlier. This is just simply a walk around deck. You can sit here, read a book, walk around. I love going out here in the evening, maybe right after dinner, to help walk off some of those calories. And when you're on the Promenade Deck, you get great views all around you, get the sea breeze. And again, if you're looking for somewhere quiet to sit, that's not the pool deck, this is a really good alternative. I love the Promenade Deck for this. They also have shuffleboard available. You just have to ask a crew member, and they can usually hook you up with the actual equipment to be able to play that. And of course, on the back of the ship, great views out the back of the wake. Love those wake views. Now, one of my favorite tricks about the Navigator of the Seas is the wonderful helipad. To get to the helipad, you just go to deck 4, walk all the way forward, and yes, you can go out to the helipad day or night and check out this awesome area, which you can go to for perfect for sail away or sail in or just any excuse. I love going here because you have really all views around you, and yes, you can create your own "I'm king of the world" position right here on the very front of the ship. But it's just great for sail away because you just don't have as much in your way to be able to see around you, which is really nice when you're sailing away from a port or sailing into it in the morning. All right, we're going to get back inside now to finish out the rest of Navigator of the Seas. We're going to check out the Art Gallery and Studio B area. This is, again, back down below in that atrium. And the Art Gallery on Deck 3 Midship is where you go to, well, check out the art available on board. There are art auctions available during your Navigator of the Seas cruise. If you want to preview some of the artwork, this is where you're going to go to do that. You will also find right next to it the Focus Photo Gallery, which is where you can go to see all those photos you took during your cruise. Every day of the cruise, there will be different photographers around the ship to take your photos. The actual photo taking is complimentary, but if you want to purchase a print or a digital download, this is where you go to do it. Again, there'll be different photo stations around the ship. Sometimes the photographers roam different areas like restaurants or the pool deck, but primarily most people go to get the photos done at the set locations. There's also a portrait studio if you want to do a sitting. The sitting usually is complimentary, but then you pay for the package, which then includes all the photos you take during the sitting session. And of course, we have Studio B, which is the ice skating arena onboard Navigator of the Seas. Yes, there's an ice skating rink on this ship where not only can you see amazing shows in the ice skating rink, you can actually try skating yourself later on, but the people that actually do this professionally are way better at it. And some of the shows are really impressive because they just do a great job with the combination of artistry and effects, and of course, amazing skills of ice skating that I could never do, even if I ever wanted to try it. I just have no skills in that regard. And yes, there's the drone show as part of it. It is a must-see. Make sure you check it on out. Well, friends, that's going to wrap up our view of the Navigator of the Seas. Hope you enjoyed this look at the entire ship. It's a really fun ship to sail on, whether it is sailing out of Los Angeles or anywhere out there. I love the changes that Royale Caribbean has made as part of the amplification. So hope you enjoyed this tour. If you did, make sure you hit the like button below, subscribe to our channel, and be sure to hit the notification button so that way YouTube lets you know when we have a brand new video to share. This has been Matt from RoyaleCaribbeanBlog.com, and we'll talk again real soon.